1. TN. Twisted Pneumatic. Let's start with the oldest panel type that you'll still find on shelves. TN, short for Twisted Pneumatic. That name already sounds like a wrestling move, but really it refers to the way liquid crystals twist to block or allow light. TN panels were the kings of the early flat screen era. And honestly, they're like that beat-up Honda Civic that refuses to die. Cheap, fast, but nobody's impressed by how it looks. If you bought a gaming monitor in the late 2000s or early 2010s, odds are it was a TN. Why? Because they were fast. Really fast. They were the first panels that could push refresh rates past the boring old 60 Hz standard. Suddenly, you could get 120 Hz or even 144 Hz monitors, which for gamers felt like going from a bicycle to a sports bike overnight. Competitive esports players especially loved TN panels. When you're playing Counter-Strike or StarCraft at a professional level, you don't care if the colors look dull. You care if your mouse movement shows up on screen with zero delay. TN was the king of responsiveness, and that reputation has kept it around longer than most people expected. But here's the reality. TN panels cut corners everywhere else. Their viewing angles are famously bad. Tilt the screen even slightly and suddenly colors shift. Dark areas wash out and bright spots invert. They were never meant for accuracy or pretty pictures, just speed. Manufacturers leaned into this. They marketed TN as the gamer's choice because it sounded good, but let's be honest, outside of competitive use, most people hated the color quality. Reds looked pink, blacks looked gray, and editing photos on one was basically a crime. Today, TN panels are still the cheapest option. If you walk into an office full of budget monitors, odds are some are still TN. 2. VA. Vertical Alignment. VA is the middle child that actually turned out pretty good. It fixes TN's terrible colors while keeping prices reasonable. And it has one superpower: contrast. VA panels quickly became popular in TVs, and you'll see why. VA panels produce the deepest blacks of any LCD technology, way better than IPS or TN. If you're watching a movie with dark scenes, think space battles or horror films, you'll notice right away that VA gives you more depth and punch than IPS can manage. That's why many budget and mid-range televisions use VA panels. They look far richer than TN without the massive cost of OLED. In terms of monitors, VA is the middle ground. It can reach decent refresh rates for gaming, but the response times are usually slower than TN or modern IPS. That's where the infamous ghosting comes in. So when you whip your mouse around in a shooter, you might see faint trails behind moving objects. Some people don't notice, but if you're sensitive to motion blur, it's annoying. The upside is that VA delivers much better color and contrast than TN, making it a